Hello, welcome back. Well, it's good to see the sun out. I am down in Accosted and I've decided to go to Aberdare Market, but it's Monday, so I'm not sure what shops are going to be open, but I'm after a new pair of trainers. It's not actually that cold today. It's a bit windy, and when the wind really picks up it does feel cold, but I've got my coat with me anyway. Now, I've never been to Aberdare by bus. I would usually drive over the Ricos, but I've got no access to a car, so it's taking a 20-minute journey is now taking an hour and a half. Now, the villages that we'll go through will be Tylerstown, Ferndale, Mardy, and then down into Aberdare. And this is the reason why I wanted to come out on a sunny day, was because I wanted to show you the views from the top of the mountain here, because they're absolutely fantastic. Well, I've just got off the bus and it looks like it's going to rain. I must say it's very quiet here, so I'm hoping the market, or at least some of the shops, will be open and that they aren't closed because it's a Monday. Maybe I should have checked, but where's the fun in that? Let's get inside, out of the rain. Can't remember the last time I came here. It was probably in the early 90s. There you go. Christmas has arrived. Oh, a few of the shops are open. I need some trainers. That's the most important thing for today. Is this? Right, I don't think this is the market. There you go, as Christmas has arrived. Ah, right, here we are, entrance to the market here. I like the look on these. I was actually trying to find something like this as a shade for the living room. It's closed though, but at least I know where it is. Look at that thing there, with all different colours. Right, I'll definitely come back later on in the week. Not this week, but you know, in the future. I come back at the end in the cafe there, grab a bit of food. Looks a nice place. I must say, isn't it strange how When you're a kid, everything looks so big. But it looks quite tiny now compared to what I remember. Oh, there's a Wales tourist shop here. I don't need any more nicks and knacks for the house. Oh, look at these cakes over here. Lovely display of fruit and veg there. Butchers are closed today. And some more fruit and veg. Ah, there's a butcher here. Right, let's see if it's still raining. I think I'm going to stay inside for a bit, have a cup of tea, and wait for the rain to pass. Just had a very nice breakfast, and the sun is out. So I thought, let's have a little walk around. I've got no idea where things are, so we'll just have a meander. This is called Victoria Square. No Christmas decorations up so far. I can see over in Dave's Family Butchers there, they're taking orders for your Christmas meat. And things seem to be in a bit of a one-way system, so we'll have a little walk around. I've seen the shop I want to go into in order to get my clothes that I need, and I'll do a bit of shopping once I've done this filming to show you what's here. It's strange, but even though I've come here quite a bit in my time, it was only really from the car park to the market and back again. I don't remember walking around the town centre. Maybe it's changed so much that it just looks a bit different now. Let's have a look at that statue across the road there. This is Griffiths Rhys Jones, known by his bardic name Caradog. He's a famous conductor and took his choir to Crystal Palace and won many prizes. It's a nice little square, but if they didn't have cars to go through it, it would be even better. There it is, there's a bit more information. Led 500 voices back in 1870. Not many of them people around today, I'm guessing. It must be a half day today, it's so quiet. Although lots of people out in cars, that's the problem. People now go off to the big stores and they don't bother to come out to these small places. Let's have a look at this stone. What's this lump of stone about? In memory of James James, harpist and composer at the National Eisteddfod. So they're very much into their music on this side of the valleys. I can't think of any memorials on my side. I know we've got the blue plaque on a few houses. Pepper's restaurant across the way there. Oh, this is a nice looking church or chapel. But now it is Dare Fitness. Do you dare to go in? But it's better for the buildings to be used as something else rather than for them to just fall down. That looks a wonderful building there. I'm finding it a bit disorientated because I would always come here by car. So to come by bus, I've obviously ended up at a different part of the village. But there is Aberdare Park, which I used to go to quite a bit, and there was a house close to there that my family considered buying once. But I don't know where that is in relation. I think it's about 5-10 minutes down the other road. I think it's too far to walk today, but that is certainly something that'll go on the list of places to go. But there's certainly a lot of traffic here for a small town. Town village, what's it called? But there's the library. Nice to see that it's still there, because so many of them are closing down now. Now that's a grand top to a building. Looks like it's got a crown on top of it. The views up there must be fantastic. Yes, these places really get busy towards the end of the week. Oh, nice to see that there's a record shop still there. Next door to the Masonic Hall, which I'm guessing was probably an old chapel. There's a stunning building across the road there. Presbyterian Trinity Church of Wales, built 1864. And next door to it looks like there's a vegan cafe. Let's have a quick little look. Just imagine if you lived in one of these houses, you'd be in town within a minute. Ah, this looks closed as well. The vegan... Oh, no, it's not. Dog friendly. Oh, so you can come and have a cup of tea and have your dog groomed in the little dog groomers next door. Alright, I won't go in there because I've just had a cup of tea. But nice to see, isn't it? So let's have a look now. Go past the chapel here. I've just seen this place called The Shed, and in the window it said Treherbert. So I wonder if this has a connection with the men's shed in Treherbert. It must have, but I wasn't aware of that. But it says here, shed information, Clantryston and Treherbert, open 9 to 4 every day. I've just worked it out now. There's a place in Treherbert called The Shed, which is exactly the same as that. Then there's another place called Men's Sheds. So it's not men's sheds, it's part of the sheds. Guess it could be confusing with all these sheds, doesn't it? I thought I had too many sheds. Ah, key cutting, cobblers. I do actually need to get a key cut. Right, I've got my key cut. What's good about this place is there's a lot of unusual shops. So it's not like the normal run-of-the-mill shops. This one here is all about comics and collectibles. And if you're into your trains, this is most certainly the place to come. Look at those buildings there. It's something that I wouldn't mind getting into, but I know I'd make a hash of it, so there's no point even trying. In fact, when I was on the bus went through a place called Tylerstown, and my father used to have a friend there who had a steam train in his back garden, and you could sit on the train and go around on a small little tour of his garden. I've just spotted a mural. Let's have a quick look at it. this is to represent the coal history. But I wasn't aware, but they've got a canal, so maybe there's a canal somewhere in the area. I will have to look on the map. And then over here there's another one. Let there be peace in the world. Good place to come when the rain comes. Come in here and hide. There's loads of cafes, so I'm spoiled for choice, but I've had some food. See, the road just goes on and on. I think we've been down that one though. What's down this one? Ah, pagan shop. There, look, Sacred Spirit. A few shops down there, but not many, just the post office. But let's have a look in here. See if there's anything that's calling us. So I've bought everything that I came to buy, and it's been delivered to my house. In fact, I said to them, when are you going to deliver it? And she said, tonight. I said, oh, that's a shame, because if you were going to deliver it now, I could have a lift home. But I've just discovered that there is a bus I can get to Aberdare Park, and I would like to see it, seeing as I've come this far. So let us see if we can get to the park, and it'll be interesting to see. I think the last time I was there was about 94, but up until that point we would come over every spring, summer and autumn to see the place. It's a beautiful park, so let us see if we can get there. So this is the outside of the market, very grand building, been here since 1853. So apparently if I go to the bus stop and then catch bus number 8 to Gleneath, that will get me there. Just before we do go to the bus stop, they look like they've got an event coming up, so if you're in the area you might want to pop along. So just before I go to Aberdare Park, I thought I'd pop in and have a cup of tea and maybe a jacket potato, and I've bumped into a viewer. There you go. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Georgia.
And I'm Emily, and we run Accosted in Aberdare.
So come along.
Pop by and see us.
What's your opening times?
9 till 5, like Dolly Parton. Monday to Friday, 9 till 5.
Well, I've just had some wonderful food at Delacour Deli. Now I need to try and work out which bus I need to catch to get to Aberdare Park. That place is certainly going to be my go-to place when I come over to Aberdare again. I think once in a while it's good to jump on a bus and just go somewhere that you don't really know. Just have an explore. So now I'm looking for bus number 8 to Gleneath. Leaves in 3 minutes. This bus station reminds me very much of Harrogate. Their bus station looks more or less the same. Right, this is bus number 8. This is me. Let us go to the park. Thanks. Thank you. Right. There's a viewer on the bus there. Give him a wave. I nearly went past it then, but we were so busy having a chat. So, park gates. Let's have a look then. Again, I would usually come in through the car park at the top. Isn't it strange about parks and cemeteries? You just walk in off the street and the sounds of life just disappear. No, I haven't come to Stonehenge. This is the Accosted circles. There are circles like this all over Wales. There's one down in Treorchy where they held the Eisteddfod a few years ago. But there's a plaque on this one which is unusual. Let's have a look what it says. It is a plaque to David Williams, a poet. So the Eisteddfod was here back in 1861. So this is exactly the same event that I went to in Pontypridd in August of this year. And I'll put a link to it below. But when it first started, it started in things like this. A circle of stones where the bards would come in, and there's a one in the middle that somebody would stand on to lead the ceremony. And you can see they're sort of done in a shape of steps, so you can go up the side. Very sacred space, this. And very nice at this time of day to see the sun coming through it. Yes, these are dotted all over the place. This one's got holes in it, which I've never seen before. This stone here has got some holes. I wonder if we can see the sun through it. Not through that one, it's blocked. But this one down here, I think we will. Look at that. This park has been here since 1869, and I'll take you up and show you the house that my father considered buying. This is the house that my father contemplated buying back in the late 80s. There was a granny flat just built at the back, so we could have all moved in, extended family and all, but it was never to be. He just liked the idea of coming out of the house and walking straight across into the park. Now this is the rose garden. Obviously not the best time of year to be looking at this, but it's a riot of colour in May and June, so I'll certainly come back. It is a huge park, and there's a little section where there used to be a stream. So I used to come over here with my father and also with my cousin, bring the dogs over. First there was Bonnie, followed by Tessa.
What are you doing, Tessa? Little arrows are going across. Did I stop it?
After trying to tape it.
Oh.
Because even though we live in the mountains of the valley, sometimes it's nice to get out and look across a vista without any fir trees or anything. But yes, this is a beautiful sight in late spring, the start of summer, and I'll certainly be back. Strange to think that people come to a park like this in this area to see squirrels where in London they're all over the place. And got some Canada geese there, dropped off for a bit of food. But see, you can look across the vista, and there we go. Nothing for you, sorry. I didn't bring anything today. Look, see, they're quite friendly. Nothing. And there's his pals. Whereas in London, they're a bit of a pain because they're all over the place. We'll have a walk around, see if we can find this stream, and then we'll walk down to the pond. Well, it's more of a lake. It's huge. Here they are. This is the bit that I remember, and it is full of azaleas on each side, and it's a marvellous sight to see in azalea season at the start of summer, so we'll certainly come back and show you. I think this is man-made by the Victorians. It was just a small stream and they built it up and put rhododendrons in and made it look really nice. Over here is a woodland, but this is the bit that I remember. Coming down here, looking at all the stunning colours. I'll have to start to make a list of things I want to do in 2025. 2025, doesn't time fly? Hello squirrel, how are you doing? How's the nuts this time of year? He looks a bit wet, yeah? He's been caught in the storm, haven't you? As long as you don't grab my camera or my nuts, we'll be alright. It's nice that it's got this fence around so the wildlife feels safe. Look, even the pigeons are quite tame around here. I do like a stone wall. Maybe I'll consider something like this for the homestead. Here we go. Even the pigeons are coming to say hello. Here we go. Look at that. There's some cotoneaster on the left hand side. I'm starting to think now, a lot of the flowers my cousin had in her garden were the same flowers that I'm seeing here. She was always one for having a cutting or two, and she was very good at cuttings. So who knows, maybe this is where her garden started. See, I wouldn't mind creating a little wildlife area on the homestead. There's a blackbird there. Where's he gone? Maybe in the corner where the pond is going, I could have a little waterfall and some of these like bushes, like azaleas and things, growing in the corner, and I could make my own little corner of Aberdare Park. Look at this tree here. Is this a redwood? What I'm intrigued by is that in the base there looks to be a little piece of fabric. Wonder what the fairies have been up to here. I wonder if we can get a view of that waterfall. See, they've even thought about this. They've created little spaces. You can come and stand, take a picture, and have a look at the waterfall. How wonderful that is. Something like that, that's what I would like in the homestead. In the corner. But I don't think I'll be able to get a solar panel to work at that amount of power. I haven't been to check the homestead this morning. I looked at the online information and the river is starting to go down. And I thought, if it is flooded, I'm not going to do anything today because I want to come here. So we'll find out what it looks like when I get back. It's amazing how something just so small can bring so much pleasure. They're back again, look at them. And the pigeons have come with them this time. What do you want then, Stewie the squirrel? You'll find no nuts over here. Look how close he's getting. Maybe he wants to start a YouTube channel. I've just had a thought. I better keep my hand on my phone and my wallet. Maybe they're after that. Look at that for a picture. A waterfall against a redwood. And then all that water comes down and goes across the path here to a larger pond before it disappears, probably into the main river. I could stay at this section for hours, and on a sunny day I would imagine it's quite glorious. I've just taken a few pictures, but I'm thinking, and if anybody's here they can give me advice. At the moment I take pictures on my phone, but I wouldn't mind getting back into photography again, but I've been out of the game for such a long time, 20 years. I don't know what the best stills cameras are out there, because what I'm thinking is, as I go through my journey, to take a few pictures and sell them. So I've set up a shop on my website. There's hardly anything there at the moment. There might be a few books that I'm trying to sell. But I thought I could take some pictures and maybe at the end of 2025 bring out a calendar of my photography from Wales. So tell me below if you are a photographer and if you can recommend a good camera with a good zoom on it. And maybe something to take close-up pictures of things as well. So a good macro lens. I forgot it had all this here. There's a bowling green. In fact, there could be 2 bowling greens. And just before you pass, see the white object going down the mountain? That is the mountain road, and that is the road that I came over this morning. And I'll be going back this afternoon. And I would not like to do, they call it the Mardy Mountain Road. And I would not like to do that in the winter. So my cousin used to work, I think she was a supervisor for one of the Japanese companies up in Hirwaun. So to get from her house to Hirwaun, it was about 20 minutes by bus. A special bus would come, the workers' bus, and would take them over the Accosted mountain, and in 20-25 minutes they were there in work. But when the Accosted was closed during the winter, they had to come over Mardy Mountain, and she said they used to hold their breath, and this is not very PC, so if you're sensitive, skip along about 20 seconds. She said the bus driver on a winter's day used to shout out, "Can all the fat ones go and sit on the left?" And they would turn the corner, and then he'd shout out again, "Can all the fat ones go on the right hand side?" Because she said the bus used to swing out across the mountain, and she said it was amazing that the bus didn't go over the edge. When I came over this morning, I noticed one car was over the edge and another car had already turned over, and that is in wet weather. So like I said, I wouldn't like to be on the Mardy Mountain Road when there's snow and ice. Right, let me show you the lake. I wonder if they still have concerts in the bandstand. Oh, look at that, there's a rainbow coming over the top of the mountain. Oh, the geese are quite vocal. Let's go down and have a look. Now, like I said, back in the 90s, you could come here and I think you could take a boat out on the lake, one of these, you know, where you put your feet in and you pedal it. And there was also a section where you could have a remote control yacht, and that was seen as quite a leap in technology to come and play with that. I've got nothing for the duck, sorry. Nothing for you. But look how tame they are. And look at how noisy those geese are. Big beasts, aren't they? Look at this one here. Have to be careful he doesn't drive me into the water. I just had to switch the camera off quickly then because it was just about to make a dash for the camera. I've got nothing. Looks like they've had a bit of flood damage here. It's pushing the leaves in. Those two there, they're just going up to everybody, seeing if they've got some food. But don't be concerned about them, the park keeper comes out twice a day, they're just being greedy. Oh, here's some information, yeah? Of all the times I've come here, I don't think I've actually gone around the entire thing. Now that building across the water there is a cafe, but I can see that it's closed, so I won't be getting a cup of tea here, because it would be nice to have a brew before I have to jump back on the bus and go home. But I'm not ready to go home just yet. You know, it's nice that places like this still exist, because when councils and people are going through a hard time, these are the first things that are cut off. So it was a pleasure to see the fountains still on. During the lockdown, it's hard to believe now that parks and chapels and churches were closed down. Just the type of places that people needed to go to at a time of worry. And who knows what's going to happen? Will World War III kick off in 2025? And it's places like this that become a great asset to the community then, just to come out and have a quiet split space and feel the wind through your woolly hat. It's so windy now, it's actually blowing the fountain. At the height of summer, I've seen this place packed out with people having their ice creams, watching the sun setting beyond the trees there, trying to fight off the geese and the ducks. But it's beautiful, just to stand and stare. Oh, I'm being accosted again. I want to walk past. Can I go past, please? Yes, you're on the telly. Now this, when it's turned on, is a glorious sight. Again, I'll show you that in the summer when I come back. Ah, look at this. This is interesting. The daffodil bulbs are already starting to poke through the ground. That is certainly an indication to me, because they're still in the box in the house. Oh, the geese are getting quite excited, and I can see 3 of them are starting to follow me. So I think now I will head back to the bus stop, and maybe if I can get a cup of tea before I go home, then so much the better. This is a nice bench here. I wouldn't mind having something like this for the homestead. Something really sturdy. And maybe with a picture of Rusty and the cats on the back. Daffodils. Is it metal? Yes. That'll be around for many a year. That will. But thank you for joining me for a little walk around Aberdare Park. I said I was going to bring you here one day. And next year, let's see if we can come here every season. It might be a bit difficult during the winter though. I don't fancy coming over that mountain with the frost and the ice down. But anyway, it's good to be back. And I'll see you in a few days. Don't forget now, Vlogmas will be starting on December the 2nd. And then it's every day for the first 3 weeks in December at 7 o'clock. 7 a.m. every day, a new video. And at the end of it, I'll be wanting to come back to a park such as this, just to sit down and smell the roses. I'll see you in a few days. So from me until then, bye for now.